What is going on, everyone? Happy Halloween. And today we are going to be ranking the Halloween franchise. And then after that we're going to be taking a look at the new 25th anniversary Scream Ghostface costume. That's right, we're going to segue into Scream after the Halloween ranking. And then also we're going to take a look at a haunted trick-or-treat trail that I do every year. And the most recent one, I decided to give the old 25th anniversary Scream costume a run for its money. And we're going to take a look at some footage from that. And I think you might enjoy that. And stay tuned to the end of the video for also another special little announcement. Let's get things started with ranking the Halloween franchise. In my personal view now. Take into account that when I'm ranking these not only as Halloween movies, but as Michael Myers movies, because yes, I'm a huge fan of the Halloween franchise, but I'm also, and maybe even more so, a hardcore fan of Michael Myers. So that does play a role in my ranking. So with that said, let's kick it off with, coming in at number 12, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. Yep, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 is at the bottom of the list. Can't stand this movie. Can't stand Michael Myers in this movie. He's nothing of what I envision Michael Myers to be, or what we've come to know Michael Myers to be. It's so far removed from any of the mythology, so far removed from the character altogether that, yeah, I just can't. And then the rest of the movie we've already talked about. Yeah, number 12. So coming in at number 11 would have to be, and this may shock some of you, because I know some of you probably and adore this movie for whatever reason. I mean, I saw this movie in the theater when it came out, but for so many reasons it's in this spot. But Halloween H2O is my number 11. Let me tell you why. And it's because it doesn't feel like a Halloween movie at all, much like Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. This doesn't feel like a Halloween movie at all, because it's in like some, California school area, and it's in this whole vibe doesn't even, the setting, everything about it just does not feel like a Halloween movie. The music isn't Halloween music whatsoever. It's literally music there was an original score, but the original score was very, cartoony, orchestral, whatever. And they mishmashed it, and they didn't like it, so they mishmashed it up with Scream music, and you can totally hear the Scream music in there. So there's no Halloween music. It's barely there, very, very, very barely there. The Halloween music. It feels, looks, and sounds like a Scream movie. And it's like those teen shows from the 90s or early 2000s almost. It just has that feel, and it just doesn't. Yeah, I can have fun with it, and I can have fun with all these movies, but that just, it really kills it for me. The mask changing multiple times, all that, yeah, nah. So it comes in at number 11, yeah. Coming in at number 10 is Halloween Resurrection. Yes, it's above H2O, but it's above H2O because it gets more things right than H2O does as far as the setting, the style, and Michael Myers himself, the music, everything about it aesthetically is more of a Halloween movie. I can have a little bit more fun with the whole concept of the live streaming and stuff like that, because it was way ahead of its time at the time this movie came out. Now it's a normal thing in the real world. So yeah, I can get behind that a little bit. But I mean, believe me, it's not a great movie by any stretch of the imagination. And so, yeah, number 10 is Halloween Resurrection. Number 9 would have to be Rob Zombie's Halloween. Rob Zombie's Halloween, I do enjoy more than obviously Resurrection, H2O, and Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. But Rob Zombie's Halloween, even though the first 30 minutes of the movie is absolutely unwatchable to me, some of it isn't bad, with with the kid, and you know, some of it isn't bad with him, you know, as a kid in the asylum and whatnot. But for the most part, I can live without it. But the rest of the movie, once we get going past that, it's not bad at all. It really has the aesthetic. It has the Halloween vibe. You know, Michael Myers in this, Tyler Mane, is on point, I think. He does a good job as Michael Myers in this. He feels like Michael Myers to a degree. Maybe too big and too crazy. But, yeah, Halloween. Rob Zombie's Halloween comes in at number 9. Number 8 is going to be Halloween 5. Halloween 5 is just a mess of a movie. It really is. And it was actually lower on this ranking when I originally was coming up with it. But ever since getting the new Halloween 5 4K release with the new bonus features, included in those bonus features is the original opening to 5. The original opening to 5 was completely different, which we talked about, than what they gave us. So, you know, there's a whole like cult like vibe thing going on with the Dr. Death character, and it's a totally different thing. It's a totally different vibe, and because of it, it actually sets up the rest of the movie way better than just, you know, him finding an old hermit in the woods. And it actually makes the rest of the movie, like, I can watch it and enjoy it a little more because of that opening. But it doesn't make the movie any better or anything like that. It's still the same Halloween 5. So Halloween 5 at number 8. Coming in at number 7, Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. I know a lot of people really love this movie. I do enjoy this movie for what it is. I can, you know, have fun with it to a degree. I love, absolutely 1000% love the soundtrack to this movie. I can't get enough of the soundtrack to this movie. It's absolutely incredible. The John Carpenter and Alan Howarth soundtrack, yeah, just nails it, and it just completely hits it out of the park. Absolutely love the soundtrack to this movie. But, you know, it is a weird, you know, kind of witch movie. It's obviously not a Michael Myers movie. So, like I said, when I said about I'm ranking these on, you know, Michael Myers and the Halloween whatnot. So yeah, it falls in at number 7 because I do enjoy this movie. I know a lot of people put this thing on a pedestal, but it's number 7 for me. But I still really think it's cool. The best part for me is the soundtrack. Coming in at number 6, ironically, is Halloween 6. Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers, which, once again, we go off into some crazy territory with this movie, but I can have a lot of fun with it. It really has that fall-autumn vibe. They really nailed that. They nailed the lighting. I can still have a lot of fun with it because I really love the feel. It really gives me that fall feel when I watch it. And yeah, so Halloween 6 at number 6. Coming in at number 5 is Halloween Kills. That's right, Halloween Kills. Now, in my review for Halloween Kills, I did kind of praise it to all high ends, but that was just coming off of the high of watching it as a Michael Myers movie. Because believe me, when you're watching this as a Michael Myers movie, it's absolute gold, because James Jude Courtney absolutely hits it out of the park as Michael Myers. He will go down as one of the greatest to play Michael Myers. There's no question in my mind about that. When you watch it as a Michael Myers movie and you could care less what's going on in the background, you just want to see Michael do his thing and be in his element and do the Michael Myers things that he does. He really, you know, brings back that original feel of what the character was about, but also adds a layer onto it, you know, the brutality and everything else. And it really captures, like, you know, a good mix of the original Myers and then the more later brutal Myers in the later sequels. And he does a really good job of, you know, bringing that together and making it feel pretty damn cool. So yeah. But Halloween Kills as a movie, it's got problems all over the place. The dialogue is just boom bang, boom bang. It's either super over the top or it's really low key. The aesthetic of the film is great. The lighting, everything about it, the flashback sequence is absolutely gold. But yeah, some of those scenes, like the hospital scene and the mistaken identity of, like, come on. Anybody that knows who Michael Myers is amongst the core group knows for a fact that's not him. And even Tommy Doyle, little Tommy Doyle, had seen Michael Myers. He's seen him in the person coming at him. Yet all these years later, he thinks he's like this short, weird, just It's just it's not that believable. You put a different actor in there, it's more believable. Other people have said this in their reviews, and I absolutely 1000% agree. You put a different actor in that spot, it'll make a lot more sense if they matched up with like the Michael Myers stature a little better. And like I said, the ending is very boom. There is an alternate ending which will be coming on the 4K Blu-ray release of this movie later on, because we're getting an extended cut of Halloween Kills on the 4K, which, hey, that may actually change the ranking on this movie for me and for you and for others. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, Halloween Kills at number 5. Coming in at number 4 would definitely have to be Halloween 2018. There's nothing that's overly detrimental to my enjoyment of this movie, other than maybe things are moving too fast, like going from house to house, doing the killing in the one take shot is very cool, but I think everything's just moving too fast. And even like when he's playing around with Oscar and the motion lights and whatever, that could have been drawn out a lot more to really, add to that, which, like in Halloween Kills, they kind of did draw out some of those scenes a little more, not much, but they did draw out some of those types of scenes a little more, so it gave them more, more meat to the bone, you would say. So yeah, but in Halloween 2018, it's very bam, 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 and it's just moving too fast. I need to just slow it down. Either way, I still enjoy this movie over most of the other sequels. I love The Mask and everything, and I also love, like I said, James Jude Courtney, and Jamie Lee Curtis is good in this, in her whole, like, crazy, even though it's absolutely unrealistic that she would be this crazy, considering we nixed all the other sequels, but it's enjoyable to watch, and all the other things that go on we've talked about in the previous videos. But yeah, Halloween 2018 at number 4. And then at number 3, Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. Absolutely love this movie. I love this movie. I love the opening of this movie. It's great. Absolutely fantastic opening. Nothing screams Halloween more than the opening of Halloween, The Return of Michael Myers. And I just love saying that. Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. Love saying that. But now, of course, Michael Myers himself in the movie is very, more bulky, and he's very much more slower and things like this. But hey, I can attribute that to him being in a coma for all them years. He was shot to hell and everything else that happened to him up until that point. So maybe he is moving a little bit differently. A lot of people hate The Mask. I don't. I like The Mask because it actually looks like the masks that were in the stores at the time, the Dawn Post Studios The Mask. Looked very much like the Halloween 4 mask. There was differences, but it still very much looked like that mask. And I appreciated that they went with something that, hey, I know this wasn't probably on their mind when they did it, but coincidentally it ended up being that, hey, we have a mask here that looks like the masks in the store at the time, so it felt more realistic, like he went into a store and got the mask that everybody's been seeing on the shelves in real life. But the story itself was great. Danielle Harris is excellent. Donald Pleasance is excellent. Really love, Rachel, and the whole thing. It's really done really well. The lighting, everything. Absolutely adore Halloween 4, so it comes in at number 3. Halloween 2 comes in at number 2. The original 1981 Halloween 2. I absolutely love this movie. I know some people think it moves too slow, or it's too much, in the hospital, this, that, and the third, but I absolutely love this movie. Dick Warlock's portrayal is nothing like Nick Castle's, so I don't know how people make the connection like, oh, it really does work great whenever we go from part 1 to part 2. Yeah, and every other aspect of the movie but Michael Myers, because for me, when we go from Michael Myers in part 1 to Michael Myers in part 2, it's a completely different... It just feels completely different, and the mask is way dirtier, and the hair's matted down way more, and it doesn't even have the same appearance anymore because of Dick Warlock's head shape as well. that it did in Halloween, the original. So, but I still absolutely love this movie. Don't get it twisted. The soundtrack to this movie with when John Carpenter added the synth wave vibe to it, absolutely love that. Killer soundtrack, great movie from beginning to end. Love everything about it, but it is Halloween 2 at number 2. And then, of course, Halloween 1978 is my number 1. Wow, bet you didn't see that one coming. And for all the reasons I mentioned, it is the classic, the original film to take the slasher genre to new heights and beyond. Halloween 1978 is number 1. And that's my ranking for the Halloween franchise. Now we're going to be taking a look at the recently released and very hard to get 25th anniversary. You can see it says that up here somewhere. 25th anniversary. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, guess you can't. '25th anniversary Ghostface costume. Now, the reason it's special is because this is the first time, as you can see in the picture, this is the first time Fun World has actually released a robe that actually is a movie accurate robe to a degree. All the robes they've ever released are the, cheap, thin, polyester black material that just, I mean, it works and all, but it ain't nothing like what they used in the movie. And then, of course, the arm streamers are just one triangle on each arm, and they're real jagged looking and everything else. That's just not accurate to the movie whatsoever. And for some reason, it took them 25 years to do it. I have no idea why we took 25 years to get there, but finally, 25 years later, and they make a movie accurate to a degree, like I said, robe, where this actually has the sparkly metallic fabric that was used in the movie. The arm streamers are correct, and the hood is correct. It doesn't have like a pointy back to the hood like the normal Fun World robes have, the pointiness to the hood. Yeah, so everything about it is way more accurate to the movie costume. So we're going to take a look at it right now. So here is the robe, and it's a very, it's got some weight to it too, like it really has like a thickness and a weight to it that can be appreciated for sure. And of course, got your arm here with the correct streamers hanging from the arm. Now they are a little shorter than, they're like maybe not much, but maybe like an inch or two shorter than, what was seen in the original Scream. They did get a little shorter in the later sequels. So can't really, say anything because this would go with whatever movie because it's always been the same costume. But the streamers on the arm, there's differences, in the costume as it goes on. But like in the original Scream, this actually would Velcro and you could just take it off from the front. Some of the robes, not all of them. But yeah, so correct arm streamers. The only difference here with movie accuracy is the glove is not actually sewn on. You just have an elastic wrist, and then your gloves come separate. But it still works. You put the gloves on, and then you take that elastic wrist and just lay it and put it over the back of the glove, and it holds just fine. Like I did a haunted trick-or-treat trail in this, and it held up real good as far as like the gloves and everything else. No problem there. And I might add a little Velcro. To the hood, so that the hood stays like attached to the top, because I did have it fly off a couple times. But the mask underneath has a black hood attached as well, so it didn't really matter. But to keep the hood up when you're running around being nuts, you might want to put some Velcro on the hood there to keep it attached to the mask portion. But yeah, super cool. You can see the sparkly metallic fabric there, and that's accurate to what was in the films. And like I said, decent weight to this. Very cool robe. Very glad I got it. I mean, it was on a whim, I was just happened to be browsing some random ass Halloween sites, and it popped up, and I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, because it's been so hard to get this thing. the shipping problems and everything else, you know, it's been a real bitch to try and get this, but we got it. And so yeah, here it is. It's great. I think it's well worth the price of admission. Don't pay resellers and scalpers for this, please. Don't do it, because Fun World will be making this robe at least through the entirety of 2022, because they're celebrating the 25th anniversary of Scream, you know, all year next year. So, and of course, we've got the new Scream movie coming in January. So please don't buy this from resellers, aka scalpers. You damn scalpers. Don't do it, okay? Because it's going to be widely available in plenty of time for next Halloween. So, and you'll definitely have an opportunity to own one. So please just, you know, hold off. Of course, last we're going to talk about the mask. Now, the mask that comes with it is the traditional bib style mask that Fun World usually packs with their costumes. However, the difference here is this is, you know, made in that older style Easter Unlimited, because it has the Easter Unlimited stamped on the chin. But it's made in that older style with like the more rubbery face, because some of their later masks, like the ultra white and things, are very rigid, and even like some of them are just hard plastic altogether. But this is the very much more like the original, traditional, old school style of way they made them before. Plus, for some reason, they always had added like a vanilla scent to these back in the day, and they brought that back, so that's really cool. I'm not joking. Smells like vanilla, maybe even like cupcakes or something. I've seen some people saying, oh man, the vanilla smell isn't quite the same. It's weird, because it wasn't, right when I took it out of the package. I'm like, okay, it's there, but it's not quite the same. And we also have the collector's edition of this mask, which also smells, you know, like vanilla. It's funny, because after they're out of the packages or out of whatever for like a couple days, and then it starts to set in, that classic, oh yeah, that's definitely it. Yeah, man, crazy. It smells like vanilla. So yeah, costume itself comes with the traditional bib style mask, which is great. It's just that if the hood's flying around, you're going to see your sides of your head and everything else. And you want to have that be fully covered if you're going for movie accuracy. So we have the 25th anniversary collector's edition mask, which, you know, again, the Easter Unlimited style, that classic style, very, very flexible, rubbery material going on here. It is hooded in the correct metallic material. Okay. And, yeah, once again, that vanilla smell, which is always great. The bottom of it is kind of long, but that's great, because then when you put this on and then you put the robe on, this tucks down in, then you ain't got to worry about no like chin area showing or anything like that when you're running around being a nut. And so yeah, the 25th anniversary collector's edition Ghostface mask, which I absolutely love. It has that old classic, you know, Gen 1, Gen 2 mask feel. Only the hardcores out there. I'm trying not to use the hardcore terms, because I know some viewers aren't going to be like hardcore Scream fans. They're going to know what the hell I'm talking about. But just trust me when I say that this is much more in line with the classic original Ghostface mask, aka Screaming Ghost, aka Fantastic Faces, that Fun World made. Because this mask was a mask before Scream was a movie, and you could buy this. I actually owned these masks way before Scream came out. And when I seen Scream come out, I'm like, hey, wait a minute. I got some of those masks. I don't anymore. I don't know what the hell happened to them, but I wish I still had them. But yeah, so there you go. 25th anniversary Ghostface Lives mask. That's what that's the tagline they're running with. Fun World, they're saying Ghostface Lives. So there you go. Now, with that said, we're going to go ahead and take a look at some footage from the haunted trick-or-treat trail that I do every year. And in this video, in this instance, we use the 25th anniversary Ghostface Lives costume, because I wanted to, you know, put it to the test, you know, to the like the hood and the gloves and everything else. Really put it to the test and see how it performs out in the real world. And I gotta say, pleasantly surprised. Like I said, the only thing I would probably do is add some Velcro to keep that bigger hood attached. But really, it didn't. It only happened like a couple times where I had to adjust it. But all said and done, worked really well. And then the gloves, I don't care if they're attached or not because the elastic actually holds on there really well, and I had no problem with like my arms coming out. It never happened once. It held really well, so I don't really feel the need to attach the gloves, so I'm not worried about that. But yeah, we're going to take a look at some footage here that I set up a camera on a tripod, and then my wife later filmed some footage when it was getting really dark. Now, once it gets really, really dark, it's hard to see anything in this video. I'm sorry about that, but it's just that where I'm at on the trail and the lighting and everything else, and it's cloudy. Once it really started getting dark, it's hard to see everything. Not much footage of that simply because there was no point in recording stuff that you can't see happening at all. But we got a lot of daytime, like evening I should say. We got a lot of evening footage because it starts at like 6:30, 7 o'clock. We got a lot of evening footage where there is daylight to see what things are going on. And so yeah, we're going to check that out and see how the old 25th anniversary Scream Rope does out in the wild during the old trick-or-treat trail at Halloween time.
I'll show you.
Yeah.
Ultra Run. It's following us.
That's awesome. That's actually awesome. I don't care. I honestly don't care.
She does.
Mark, right here. Stand next to him. We'll take a picture. Mark, go stand next to him. Thank you. There you go. Cool costume. Thank you.
Oh my god. Okay. He stared at! That's fake life. I don't care. I know! He's not gonna kill us.
Amy has those.
Yeah. Sue! I can! Repeat that. That's from the Amy game. Thank you. Happy Halloween. I said if that's a real person and he jumps out at me, I'm gonna scream.
Oh.
And then he jumped out.
She didn't lie.
Give him a hug. I don't care.
Mommy, get you something. Oh, I love the witch.
Oh God!
Did he scare them?
Yeah, they Can't tell if it's real or not. That's him! You're not scary.
Is that funny? Is that I didn't think it was real at first.
What Fortnite dance is that? You guys are doing good. Don't slow you, será? Oh, it's working. I think that could be real.
Really, is he jumping?
You should see how close you can get.
Wait, that's
Oh, he's scaring somebody.
Oh my God! Ah! Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa! Back it up, back it up, back it up, back it up. Yeah. Did you see what we the kids
It's okay.
All right, that's it. That's all I got for you today. We took a look at, we did the ranking of the Halloween franchise. We took a look at the new Scream robe, 25th anniversary, and the Mask, 25th anniversary. We did a Halloween trail with the robe and the costume. Had a really good time doing that. It was a blast. And that should be your cue that we're going to be segueing into the next horror franchise that we will be covering in Horror Sundays will be the Scream franchise. Now, there's only 4 movies to this point. We're getting a 5th movie in January, but for now, we only have 4 movies, so it's going to be a short series. But yes, the next series we will be covering will be the Scream franchise. We're going to knock that one out since the movie's going to be coming out in a few months. And then, yeah, from there we'll move on to, the other classic horror icons. Now, the Ghostface isn't as classic as some of the other ones, but, to some people, he is classic because they're, of a certain age that he was like one of the originals. So, and finally, here's the announcement. We've recently crossed 100 subscribers on the channel. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a 100 subscriber giveaway. Now, if you're already subscribed to the channel, you're already automatically entered, as long as I can see your subscription status. If you're like a user that's private and you don't have your subscription status listed, then, you know, just leave a comment or something and I'll add you into the giveaway. Or if you are like that, but you're a name that you're one of the regulars and I know your name's automatically going in. So we will be giving away an official Halloween Kills mask by Trick or Treat Studios. It will be this exact mask you're seeing right now. So that will be the giveaway prize. If you already have one and you want another one, enter the giveaway. If you don't have one and you want one, enter the giveaway. Or hell, if you just want a cool prize, enter the giveaway. If you're subscribed, you're already entered. If I can't see that you're subscribed, drop me a comment below. I will enter you. And you know, if you're one of the regulars that always come around, you're automatically entered. Don't worry about that. And then yeah, so that's it. So yeah, next weekend we will spin the wheel. So you got all week to get, you know, if you're not subscribed, you got all week to take care of that if you want to enter the giveaway. And so there you go. With that said, I will catch you all down the road.